What's going on, guys, and welcome to Almirons Army, a new series on the channel today focused around the MLS. So let's get into the rules of the new series. So what is Almirons Army then? Almirons Army is going to be a community series on the channel. So what I mean by that is I would absolutely love as many of you guys as possible to get involved with this series yourself. All you need to do is pick a marquee player like me. Obviously, I've gone with Miguel Almiron, and then follow along the rules as you can see just there in my graphic. So you're going to pick a marquee player, obviously mine being Almiron, and then you're going to have £20 budget to start with. So all you really need to join in this community series is whatever marquee player you like. You might already have one in the gallery that's in the MLS, and then have a £20 budget. Now you will be rewarded for your marquee player getting 100 bomb. So if my Almiron gets 100 bomb, I get to add £5 to my budget, okay? And then also the last and final rule is going to be if one of your players in your squad gets a decisive action, you will get £1 added to your budget. So, for example, obviously if my Almiron gets 100 bomb, that's just going to be £5. No additional monies for decisives there. You just get £5 for that. And then same with every other player. If they get multiple decisives, that's only going to count as £1. So the absolute maximum you can get every single week, like let's just say you get an absolute smasher score, obviously you get the rewards for that, but additionally you get £5 for your 100 bomb with Almiron if you get it. Then you get £1, £1, £1, £1. So maximum you're going to get each week is going to be £9 to add to the bank. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the rules. Obviously when you are seeing this, it's going to be a Sunday, but this series is going to be a Tuesday series on the channel. The reason for that is I wanted to upload it on this Sunday so that people have a lot of time to join before the second episode. So obviously it's going to be about a week and a half until the second episode. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you're going to get involved in this community series. I'd absolutely love to hear who you guys are picking for your marquee player. And who knows, perhaps in the future, if you guys follow along, you can be involved in the series as well. Maybe we can jump in a Discord, have a little chat about your gallery and the player that you pick, and we can show off your gallery to the viewers. I think that'd be a very fun and cool idea for the channel, and it gives me a chance to speak to some of you guys in person and look over your gallery and things like that. I think that'd be yeah, a fun and interesting idea. Let me know what you guys think. Without any further ado, let's get on with our week, and I'm going to be showing you guys sort of dissecting my brain about this whole MLS reveal and all the early access stuff, and yeah, and more importantly, we're going to see what I do with this £20 budget. Let's go. Are you thinking about signing up to Sorare? If you are, then please do use my link down below in the description. All you got to do is click on that link, buy 5 cards from the primary market, and then you'll get £50 in-game market credits. That means you can have a gallery worth £100 for just 50. Okay, so it is the start of the week, and prices haven't quite dropped yet, but I'll be honest, I've just sort of spent an hour or so trying to build sort of classic teams and things like that, and to be honest, it is quite tempting because some of the prices are obviously quite nice. We have also just spent quite a while looking into the first fixture. I'm sure you guys will be heavy looking into the first fixture, but yeah, obviously we just made a video on the classic versus in-season stuff, and in that video I did address sort of like how the first week is going to be very important. So yeah, so ahead of the stuff being dropped on Sorare, this is sort of like the pre-prep stuff that I'm doing, is just trying to go over some potential players that we could buy, but obviously I don't know in-season prices yet, and I don't know how difficult it's going to be to get a squad for £20. So my initial thoughts are, like, obviously just having played around with some potential players that we could pick up. Yeah, and looking at fixtures, I kind of think probably we might have to go classic, and like build our way into the in-season stuff. But yeah, let's go on to hopefully a Tuesday or a Wednesday where we're looking at the early access stuff, and hopefully it's not too crazy of prices going on. I know what some people are liking the hype and things, but yeah, let's have a look how that day is looking. Okay, so we have developed a little spreadsheet. You know me, I love a spreadsheet, so any excuse. So in all seriousness, guys, I do recommend having a little spreadsheet if you're going to do a series like this, just to keep track, make sure you've not lost, you're not forgetting anything or something like that, like I would for sure. So yeah, we've got a little starting budget section, then money made from MLS, money made from the rules, probably going to be more from the rules than the comp, but thought I'd add it in anyway. And then profit loss from obviously the players that we buy, and yeah, so obviously we still have our £20 spending budget, and then I thought I'd just a little bit of fun, add Miggy's scores, maybe put a little sticker of what he scored over the game week as we go, just to keep track of it, something a bit fun to do. But yeah, recommend you guys definitely have something like this. If you want to copy mine, the link to this spreadsheet will be in the description down below, so yeah, just go and click on that, and maybe you can just copy and paste it. I don't really know how that works, but yeah, good luck. But yeah, let's get on to a new day where hopefully we're looking at some early access MLS stuff. It is Wednesday, the day after the MLS drop for me. Obviously, you guys are seeing this on a Sunday, but yeah. So we have been monitoring some players. Now, I will say that obviously when the MLS first dropped, some of the prices were a bit crazy. So the numbers you're seeing here are a bit more like reasonable numbers. And I've started to go ahead and scout some potential future options, and wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and feelings, and sort of dissect my MLS brain on video for you guys for the first episode. So yeah, looking at some of these prices, especially for defenders. So this is sort of, if you like, kind of like day one prices, and these are sort of like day two prices. So yeah, you can actually see most of them are either similar, or they're sort of in the same sort of ballpark figure. So looking like, if we're being realistic here, it's likely that we will be getting a player like Bravo potentially for the series, and maybe Anthony up front, and then maybe perhaps getting another cheap one. Obviously we're on a budget here, so yeah, just trying to see, try and pick out some bargains where I can. With that being said, I wanted to show you guys, I'm sure you did see, but some of the crazy prices people are paying. And look, I don't want to go over it too much, but these are the type of people, like, I totally respect it if you just wanted the one of, and you wanted that card in your gallery, whatever. But I think these are also the type of people that say, in 3 months' time, that say, oh, Sorare's a scam, Sorare, you never make money, or so. I was like, yeah, mate, it's because the Messi, for those of you guys that don't know, Messi and Gabriel Peck went for over $500, and it's just like, Sorare's not forcing you to spend that ridiculous amount of money on their game. It's like a bid, for those of you guys that don't know. But yeah, just crazy numbers. This is way too expensive. So this was the first day, and hence why I'm not recording on the first day, because there was no, especially in this gallery, this series, there was nowhere, I could not put my foot in the door of the market. But with that being said, the second day, obviously, we dipped our toes in, and you can see I threw a couple of bids on here. They were sort of overnight. I just put a £5 max on all of these players, and unfortunately, we didn't win any, although we were close to maybe an Oliveira, who would have been a forward, and maybe an Anthony, because obviously they both went for about £6. Yeah, well, £7 in the end. Realistically, I probably could have picked up them both, and they would have worked for the series. But I did only want one forward. I'm leaning more towards Anthony, because I know someone previously commented on one of my videos saying that Oliveira might be on his way out of the MLS, so I feel like Anthony might be a less of a risk. And then you can see Eric kind of went for about £10 in the end, so probably someone we can't go for. But pretty much this really helped me just have a rough idea of who we're likely to see in the gallery for the first episode, and that's probably going to be Bravo and probably Anthony, and then the extra position yet to work out. And the reason I say that, guys, is because we did go ahead and pick up a classic goalkeeper in Daniel. Now the reason we kind of have to go classic of course. And obviously we've got our in-season Almiron already for the series, and now we just pretty much have. So Daniel, for those of you guys that don't know, cost me about £3.23, which is, pretty much about how much you were going to get for him. So you can see on our spreadsheet here, which I have updated, we have about £16.75 left to buy 3 in-season players. So that's why I was bidding £5 on each of them, because I knew £5 was roughly how much I've got for each player. Obviously, I'm hoping that the next set of recording, I'm going to have a bit more to show you guys other than just Daniel in the gallery. Fingers crossed, the next part of this episode is going to be me picking up 3 more in-season players to play in the first game week. We'll see how prices go, but yeah, let's get on to it. Okay, so guys, it has been a long week of auctions and bidding and trying to fight other people for these in-season cards, but unfortunately I just don't think I'm going to be able to create an in-season squad with the budget, which is completely fine. Not something I expected. It was just like an experiment to see what we could get, but we do have a squad ready for game week 1, and I've decided to dip my toes into the classic competition, which kind of makes sense because this is episode 1, so it probably makes sense to start at the bottom, if you like, and then hopefully make our way into the in-season competition. Now, I will show you guys the lineup that we are rocking. We're going to go with this lineup for game week 1 in the classic competition. Obviously, Almiron is our captain, he has to be. And then we've got Daniel in goal, who I showed you guys in the previous recording. We picked up an Escobar, Arango, and Espinosa. So what that looks like for the spreadsheet, we have spent £11.19, and our remaining budget is £8.81. And what I'm hoping is that this team can get me enough decisives and 100 bombs or whatever to then make my budget good enough to go into the in-season competition, and also hopefully yield something, and on top of yielding something, obviously, hopefully in-season prices will come down. So yeah, a combination of all 3 hopefully will mean that in episode 2 or 3, maybe 4, we will enter the in-season competition. But it's episode 1, we're going to go classic, we're just going to stick to one team. Maybe we'll think about potentially getting a second team in classic, because as you can see, we have got a classic Almiron as well. So that's definitely something we could do. And then, even now we could potentially spend the remaining £8 on another 4 players for classic. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the budget for now and listen to your guys' feedback. If you think that this is a good idea going into classic or not. I'm sure you guys will have different strategies and opinions. Obviously, like I stated, this is going to be a community series, so I'd love to see what you guys do with your £20. With that being said, you can have as many squads as you want. You can enter whatever MLS competitions you want. Go for it. But yeah, for me, I'm just going to go with the one classic team to start off with, or for the first episode, for the first game week, shall we say. So there we have it, guys. There is episode 1 of Almirons Army. Like I stated at the start of the video, this is going to be obviously uploaded on a Sunday, and it's going to be a Tuesday series. So this Tuesday, the next one coming up, there won't be an Almirons Army, but it'll be every Tuesday after that. So yeah, you've got a nice big window now between episode 1 and 2. Obviously, a lot could change in that time, so we'll see what happens with the account. But do let me know in the comments if I need to change anything. Let me know ahead, because I could, could change things going into game week 1 with your guys' help in the comment section. And yeah, obviously in episode 2, I will let you guys know what I changed, what happened, and all that sort of business. But as things stand as of now, I did want to just get it out there so you guys can join along and get involved. And yeah, you can see my sort of thought process and what I'm thinking of going into the first game week. And yeah, hopefully we can all help each other go into the first game week with a mega team. And yeah, like I said, the next episode will be on the 25th of February, so stay tuned, get ready for that one. And yeah, let me know who you guys are going to pick in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys in a future video. Peace.